This is Reagan's fault too. Last week I made a video about how anything bad in our society that you can point to or articulate is Reagan's fault. The reason that we don't have any meaningful press is because of Reagan. The FCC in 1947 introduced the Fairness Doctrine. And that basically said that if you are using public airways to talk about news, anything political, controversial, you had to dedicate equal time to the opposing viewpoint, to another perspective. In 1987, Ronald Reagan got rid of that. And that opened the doors to the fragmentation of our society and the death of actual journalism. Having to present news or information in a fair and balanced way actually was what journalism was about. I'm going to give you all of the information and you decide. When that went away, all of these niche pockets of news outlets, which really are registered as entertainment channels, started to pop up because they could just propagate their own point of view. They could propagate whatever their agenda was. And they had no obligation to present an opposing viewpoint, perspective, idea. So you were only getting one side of anything. But the way people just work is that when they're seeing it on the news, on television with a guy wearing a suit and a woman wearing a suit dress, they think that when they're hearing it from one of these talking heads that it is fact, it is news, it is vetted, it was already run through some validity testing. So they hear this stuff and this becomes fact to them. So it became even easier to propagandize an entire society and fragment it, because the people who wanted to watch these talking heads are watching this. The people who wanted to watch these talking heads are watching this. The reds are watching this. The blues are watching this. And pretty soon, everyone is existing in a completely different reality. Getting rid of the Fairness Doctrine made it exponentially easier to divide and conquer, which has always been the goal. The only way to keep the people down is to keep them divided. When you talk to someone who regularly consumes a different programming, literally, you feel like you're talking to an alien. And that's by design. Because the less you can identify with your neighbor, the more unsafe you feel. And the more you feel like you have to align yourself with this white knight in a red hat or this white knight in a blue hat. Because they'll save us from the crazies next door. Ronald Reagan.